Okay. You know, as the guy's running around, I don't know if I'm happy with how fast he moves versus how he animates. It's one of those things that you just have to look and see if it looks funny. Like, does it look like he should be traveling faster or traveling slower? I don't know, I should probably just leave it for now. Yeah, I'll just leave it. The way we could adjust that is because he is now able to move without using, how do we put this? He's able to move without shifting once he hits the next tile. He can kind of cut it into pieces. He can stop at any point. Because of that, we could have changed his what is it? We can change his animation without it affecting things. We could change how many pixels without affecting too much. I want to try here just changing his animation. See, by changing his animation to 0.25 instead of 0.5, he still moves just as fast, but animates slower. Oh, actually, for those of you who didn't notice, remember how this side here was actually an invisible wall? It was a wall made out of sky. It works. It keeps me from running out of the level. So I think I'm gonna keep the animation like this for now. The other way was he moved so quickly. His animation was so quick, it just kind of bothered me. Alright, so we have that. What should we be doing next? We probably should be doing the jumping. Ugh. Okay, well, jumping, we're gonna have to handle. Let me go back through how we did this. With falling, you remember that if this here was the ground, we wanted you to not stop falling, so we don't want this to be you start off on this tile. We don't want it to switch to be this tile until you've actually reached the ground. We don't want it to be a halfway thing. Like side to side, when we were doing the left and right, we wanted you to be at the halfway point before it would switch. We want, for falling, we want you to be at the ground. Now, for going up, let's say this is the ground. This is, the top of the hills or something. You can't jump up. We want you to at least leave the ground because your guy's not very tall. Where is he at? Take a picture of him. Well, no, I guess he's close. He's very close. So maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead here. He should at least look like he's trying to jump and then hit his head. So even if he only leaves the ground a little bit. So what we need to do is say, alright, maybe this is 5 pixels or something. We want, for falling, you have to be the full 40 pixels down before you're the next tile. For going up, you should only have to be, I'm trying to think how to put this. Maybe you only have to be like 5 or 10 up or something. Let's see how that works. So jumping is action of 2. Let's go into, oops, I did not mean to close that. For the keys, it is up key, I believe was the variable name. So we say if key code equals 38, that is the up key, then up key equals 1, action what should we have here? Yeah, I guess action equals, what was jumping? 4, did I say? 3? 2? Wow, I'm way off. The reason I'm kind of stopping here is because I can see some problems with this the way it is. We're going to have to come back and fix this. The way it is right now, crouching will let you, if you push the down key, you switch to crouching even if you're mid-air. There's nothing to stop this from happening. The person who's playing the game can, affect this variable regardless of what else is going on. It's not a good idea. And the same thing here with the up key. You can tell yourself to jump no matter what's going on. So these are kind of dangerous. We're going to have to change these later. But anyways, action equaling to 2. Wait. Yeah, I just don't care about. I don't like that. So I'm going to fix it at least a little bit right here. And if I'm making it a block key, so we say action equals 2. We should do this. If action equals 0 or action equals 1. So if you're walking or running, then action equals 2 and animation equals 0. That's what we'll do. So you can only jump if you were standing or running. Oh, here we go. Or action equals, what's crouching? 4. So those are the only, if you're doing one of those three things, you're allowed to jump. We should probably do the same thing here with crouching. So down key equals 1. We should say, no matter what, the key is being pushed, so we need to at least register that. But then we can be a little bit pickier about whether or not the action changes. So we'll say if action equals 0 or action equals 1. Is there anything else? I guess that's about it. Then action equals 4. So if you're doing either of those two things, you're allowed to crouch. And then when we let go, if key code equals 39, then up key equals 0. I am not going to change anything with that. I'm not going to change the action because I'm going back to how I believe Mario worked. It's been a while since I played Mario too. If you just tap the jump button, you do jump, but you don't jump as high as if you push and held the button. So while you're jumping, while you're up in the air, if you let go of the button, maybe that should change your action. Yeah. Action equals falling. Oh, wait. We can't just say your action equals falling. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it for now. Somewhere in the timer, we're going to have to say if you were jumping, but the up key value is now 0, so they're not holding the button down anymore. Then you can start your falling, or you no longer are jumping any higher. We'll figure that out. I need to go to the draw hero and put in stuff for this. So if action equals 2, then temp A equals 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is where we want to start with. 5 plus, I'm going to do the integer A and I thing in case we want to cut it into pieces. Now actually in most games that I work on, even if you think your animations are going to be whole numbers like they were in Pac-Man, it never hurts to put the integer part around it. It gives you the option to cut it into pieces, and it'll just work then, so you don't have to go back here and fix it. And if you are working with whole numbers like just 1, 2, 3, it doesn't affect it at all. So it's a good habit to get into. I don't always do that. Let's see. I'm just going to try it. Push up, see what it does so far. Alright, he goes into the initial jumping position. In timer, we've got to put stuff in, just like we did with the rest of the things. If action equals 2, then, and if we should do animation equals animation plus, I'm going to say 0.5, which means that, let's see, he'll start to jump and then he's actually jumping. I'm going to change things here because he's going to be at this jumping stage for a while. It's not going to be a set amount. So I'm just going to have it stop counting up. I'm going to say if ANI is less than 1, then. So in other words, it's going to count his animations up to the number 1. Once it hits 1, his animation will not increase anymore. So let me see. The timer is going. Alright, let me save the video.